What if I told you Charlie Kirk didn't just start a movement, he built a startup? Only this time, the product wasn't technology or sneakers, but influence. His journey takes us from a suburban childhood in Illinois to love, to fatherhood, and ultimately to building one of the most talked about political brands in America. Charlie Kirk was born on October 14, 1993, in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and raised in Prospect Heights. His father was an architect, his mother worked in counseling, and from an early age, Charlie showed a knack for challenging ideas. He didn't come from a political dynasty, and he didn't have an Ivy League degree. What he carried was ambition and the rare ability to frame arguments in a way that stuck. That skill came into focus in 2012. At just 18 years old, instead of going to college, he launched Turning Point USA. His headquarters was a folding table on a college campus, with a sign that read, "Prove me wrong." To outsiders, it looked like a stunt. To Charlie, it was research. He was testing which ideas resonated, which provoked, and which had the power to spread. With an early donation from wealthy backer Foster Friess, the movement had its seed money. As Turning Point grew, so did Kirk's personal life. In 2018, he sat down for dinner in New York City with Erica Fransba. What began as a meal stretched into hours of conversation about theology, politics, and faith. Charlie later admitted that night he knew she was the one. By December 2020, they were engaged, and in May 2021, they married in Scottsdale, Arizona, in an intimate ceremony with family and close friends. Erica was more than a beauty queen, though she had won Miss Arizona USA. She played college basketball, studied political science and international relations, and pursued advanced degrees in Christian theology. A businesswoman in her own right, she launched a faith-inspired clothing line and ministry projects. Together, Charlie and Erica weren't just a couple, they were partners in a shared mission. In August 2022, their first child, a daughter, was born. 2 years later, in May 2024, they welcomed a son. While Kirk lived much of his life in the public eye, he drew a hard line around his family. He spoke about his children only once, saying, "We have a girl and a boy, and it's no one's business what their names are or their faces." Meanwhile, Turning Point USA spread like a franchise. Hundreds of campus chapters turned into mini marketing hubs, while rallies, media collaborations, and daily podcasts expanded Kirk's reach into millions of homes. His strategy was clear: wrap political messages and identity, fuel them with grievance, and build a network where every part amplified the other. It was the growth model of a startup. Only this time, the product was political sway. But with growth came controversy. Critics accused Kirk's platforms of spreading misinformation, while supporters claimed that very criticism proved he was hitting the right nerve. Either way, the attention never stopped. And attention translated into wealth. By 2025, Charlie Kirk's net worth reached an estimated $12 million, built from Turning Point, book sales, speaking tours, media ventures, and real estate. His assets included a $4.75 million Spanish-style mansion in Scottsdale and an oceanfront condo in Florida, symbols of just how far he had come from that folding table. So, who is Charlie Kirk? He's the teenager who skipped college and built a national brand. He's the husband who found his partner in a conversation that lasted hours. He's the father who chose privacy in a very public world. And he's the strategist who treated politics like a business, scaling influence the way others scale companies. But that raises a question we can't ignore. If politics can be built like startups, who regulates the IPO? And what happens when democracy itself starts to look less like a civic system and more like a business model? If that thought makes you curious, hit subscribe, because next time, we're diving even deeper into the playbooks of the people shaping tomorrow's culture wars. Thank you for watching.